Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Welcome to the Sony booth. Hopefully you're all having a fantastic show. My name is Dion Lecointe. I am the Director of Network Solutions here at Sony. And today I'm going to be presenting on the convergence of technologies for live production, including 5G, WAN, LAN, and cloud technologies. So hopefully you all enjoy. There's no doubt that we are witnessing the start of a revolution in the way high-quality, entertaining live content is produced. We're seeing a progressive move towards distributed production, whereby workflows can tap into production resources almost anywhere on the ground or in the cloud. Sony is at the forefront of delivering this business-critical transformation with our solutions, our products, and our know-how. Live content production has always been about connecting production locations, production resources, and production personnel. Until recently, however, where the production took place in relation to the content acquisition was largely dictated by limitations in connectivity. Now technology is enabling a geographic separation of acquisition, storage and processing, and control. This means that the decision of what technical resources and personnel to use in a production can be based on business and creative imperatives rather than technological limitations. To help organizations capitalize on this revolution, Sony offers a range of solutions that leverage connectivity in all its forms: LANs, WANs, 5G, and the ability to mix production capabilities on the ground and in the cloud. These solutions empower content creators by enabling production from virtually anywhere at practically any scale. And we call this Networked Live. But before we get to that, we want to share with you how one of Sony's key partners used Sony's IP-enabled equipment to remotely produce content from opposite sides of the globe. Take a look at this video from our great friend, Dave Mazza, Senior Vice President of Technology and Chief Technology Officer for NBC Sports and NBC Olympics.
Well, our normal goal for any Olympics coverage is to bring the essence of what's happening home to the viewer in an exciting way as possible. We like to say our goal is to provide you a better experience than even if you were sitting there. Tokyo and Beijing were so close to each other, they kind of blur together for us, but we had over 200 feeds coming home from Tokyo and about 100 going back. The number for Beijing was a little bit less because the winters are somewhat smaller. But the complexity level with all of the at-home efforts, especially the ones that had to be rushed to air because of the pandemic, was off the charts for us. So the decision was made pretty late in the game to keep a lot of the main venue announcers home. Yet the truck was in China, so that involves, for example, the gymnastics announcers were in Stanford in Studio 2, and they were calling the output of the truck that was in China, and their voices went back to China to get mixed into the main program bus in China, and then came back to the US to get on the air. So the pictures and the sound for the gymnastics event actually went back and forth under the ocean 3 times before it got on the air. That's a bit of a challenge with the latency of each trip. I think it was about 21,000 miles that their voices and pictures traveled in that process. So the IP infrastructures, both in the Olympic City in Tokyo and Beijing, and in Stanford in our broadcast center, was instrumental in allowing us to do all of this at-home production. We had 50 hertz and 60 hertz floating around in the router. We had a 1080i SDR copy of all the venues arriving in Stanford. We had a 1080p HDR copy of all the venues arriving. In some cases in Tokyo and Beijing, we had a 4K HDR version. That really wouldn't have been possible or feasible in our coax infrastructure previously. The one thing we didn't have to worry about was the Sony gear. The production switchers worked in all of these environments seamlessly without even a hiccup. So that provided a level of comfort, again, for the operators who had other challenges just to understand, let's say, what HDR looks like and how to manage it. The Sony support guys were also invaluable because they've been through so many Olympics with us. We turned a lot of our workflows upside down to pull off these at-home productions, and all of them knew what we were trying to achieve.
Thanks, Dave. Sony's Network Live solutions, whether in facilities or across multiple locations, and whether on the ground or in the cloud, are all built on products such as cameras, switchers, and media nodes that are designed for the new reality of distributed production. Our offering is also backed by our extensive expertise and experience in developing and deploying solutions that transform workflows. In these networked live solutions, orchestration and control play a key role in enabling our vision of flexible, distributed production environments. This is what makes sure that signals reach the right locations, whether on the ground or in the cloud, or in private clouds or public clouds, across LANs, WANs, and 5G networks. Here, Sony has two complementary world-leading applications and media orchestration platforms, Nevion Video iPath and the Live Element Orchestrator. Video iPath makes it easy to route video, audio, and data across both SDI and IP networks to connect locations, equipment, and functionality, ensuring resources are used most efficiently. Video iPath provides comprehensive software-defined networking, or SDN, capabilities for the most effective orchestration of media flows on an IP network. But of course, Video iPath can also work with IGMP automatically routed networks. The platform's ability to both manage and hide all of the underlying complexity of the different networks used in production makes it perfect for remote and distributed production environments. It is also the ideal system to ensure a smooth, incremental transition of live production from SDI to IP as building a part of a modern distributed production environment. Sony and Nevion have added essential broadcast control functionality into Video iPath. This integration provides a consistent system for both broadcast control and network orchestration, supporting the complete production lifecycle, including engineering, setup, production, and teardown. It will also make it simpler and more cost-effective to deploy, roll out, and upgrade your workflow controls. In the first release, showcased at NAB, this NAB, the functionality includes tally distribution, salvos, alias naming, endpoint grouping, destination monitoring, a soft panel application for operators, and other enhancements to the Video iPath GUI. The release also adds Sony's NS Bus IP-based management protocol to the extensive list of equipment interfaces already supported by Video iPath. This allows it to work with Sony's hardware panels and offer connection management to Sony's SDI IP converters and XVS series production switchers. And we're not stopping there. Further functionality will be added over time to enhance the capabilities of the system. Sony also offers a powerful solution for production orchestration and facilities management, the Live Element Orchestrator, or LEO for short. LEO provides the means to configure production resources based on needs and monitor all resources in the environment. It creates efficiency in the production workflow and improves system availability. Most importantly, LEO provides device and network monitoring, as well as cloud monitoring. Ensuring that live production flows remain uninterrupted is mission critical. As we move from SDI's point-to-point physical connectivity to IP's much more flexible multi-point logical connectivity, traditional device monitoring simply won't be enough. A consolidated end-to-end view of the network is needed. This means in particular that network and synchronization must be properly monitored at the same time. This is exactly what LEO does. For example, checking for issues such as oversubscription, redundant network status, PTP lock status, and PTP leader and follower relationships. LEO is a vendor-agnostic management system that supports both open APIs or proprietary protocols to provide true end-to-end system monitoring. Here's a look at how LEO is orchestrating and monitoring resources that we have deployed in the NAB booth. We first start off on a dashboard that was created specifically for the show, and the different tiles show the different elements that we have deployed on the show floor. We first take a look at the rack view, and here's where you're going to find your traditional broadcast products, such as cameras, switchers, and conversion hardware. But if you look in the top right, you'll also see we have an area to look at cloud resources that are also deployed on the show floor. We next take a look at the PTP view, where you can see PTP follower and leader status. And you can also identify any challenges that may exist in the system, because as we've seen, many of the questions and challenges people face when implementing systems, IP systems, is in PTP. So we wanted to bring more information to the broadcast engineer's attention. The network is also a very powerful yet simple way for information about where devices are connected, what their network status is on the network from this view. You can click in each device and you can quickly get status as well as configuration of that device's network ports as it relates to the overall IP media system. And the last stop is the ability to view cloud resources that are deployed within the environment as well. And here we're looking at resources that were deployed on AWS as well as Azure cloud platforms. Together, Video iPath and LEO deliver the orchestration and control for today's live production environments and tomorrow's fully distributed production environments. Private and public clouds are starting to play a significant role in live production, alongside on-premises resources. This ground and cloud processing combination is one part of Sony's vision for distributed production environments. One key requirement to enable cloud production workflows is the efficient transport of content and data from the ground to the cloud, and from the cloud back to the ground. We call it GCCG. This is another area in which Sony excels, thanks to its comprehensive portfolio of products to transport signals in real time. For instance, Sony offers the Nevion Virtuoso, a standards-based, virtualization-ready, software-defined media node that can perform a variety of signal transport and processing functions. With its functionality easily modified in the field through software, Virtuoso enables a faster time to production and greater cost effectiveness. In the summer of 2020, Virtuoso was used in one of the world's first ever demonstrations of JPEG XS to transport video safely to and from AWS Cloud. This capability is now being used, amongst others, by one of the biggest broadcasters in North America. Sony products like Virtuoso can do much more than ground to cloud, cloud to ground transport. They can be used for a variety of LAN and WAN applications, providing the link between ground-based and cloud-based production, which is a key element of our networked live proposition. You may have also seen the recent announcement about Virtuoso's comprehensive audio capabilities that include AES-3 and audio summing mixer functions, amongst others. Or news that Virtuoso now also provides up, down, and cross conversion for video. All of this in addition to the existing transport, processing, and media edge capabilities of the product. As we've seen, our portfolio continues to evolve. Here on the NAB show floor, we are leveraging some of the elements that I've just outlined to showcase a next generation production concept. This combines traditional on-prem, remote, and cloud-based live production at the same time. It shows how content can be produced from virtually anywhere at practically any scale. In our demonstration, we have our cameras creating SMPTE ST2110 live video signals from the camera set. These signals are routed to a Sony XVS6000 production switcher, simulating a traditional on-prem or REMI environment for linear broadcast. In parallel, those same signals are being encoded and transmitted to a cloud-based live production platform being developed by Sony, which can be used to produce content for streaming platforms. This allows content creators to wield the respective benefits of ground and cloud production to best suit their needs. And by leveraging the power of artificial intelligence in Sony's media analytics portal to automatically generate video clips and relevant metadata, Our solutions are helping to automate the full production process from acquisition to post-production. This entire environment is being orchestrated and monitored by our Video iPath and Live Element Orchestrator management platforms. I encourage you all to visit the Network's Live Solutions area, located stage left on your right, to see this demonstration for yourself, as well as find out more about everything that I talked about today. Hopefully, you've all just seen how Sony, together with the newest member of our family, Nevion, have a superlative portfolio of products that are enabling our customers to connect production locations, production resources, and production personnel. Even more importantly, we also have extensive expertise and experience in deploying media over IP systems, as collectively we've deployed over hundreds of solutions around the world, big and small. So, no matter where you are in your planning process right now, I invite you to reach out to Sony to help you with the creation of your next generation distributed production environments with the help of our networked live solutions. Thank you all very much for your time, and I hope you have a great rest of the show.